Hey, what's up everyone? Bestinwest here, and today I'm going to be going over my Regionals Cup tournament that I had like last week during the San Jose Mirror Marathon. Now, they were trying to run all 8 tournaments, but I think they only got through 4, and even then it was about 12 hours or something kind of ridiculous. So, kudos to them for very high ambitions, but 4 tournaments in one day, that's still kind of crazy. I left after the second tournament. I was so tired after the second tournament. I couldn't think. It was just kind of crazy. But anyways, I just wanted to show you how I did in my regionals tournament. I didn't feel super comfortable going into it, but at the same time, I think I did pretty well. I did get to the finals, and you'll see what happens in the finals. So let's get to the video. Okay, so we're here at Murphy Park. There's going to be a tournament marathon, a Mirror Cup marathon. Pretty much is what they're doing is they're going to be running 8. They're going to go in sequential order, all the Mirror Cups, all the eligible Mirror Cups, starting with regionals and then going from Boulder, Twilight, Tempest, so forth and so on. It's gonna be kind of crazy. There's about 50 people registered. I'm pretty sure not everyone, all 50 people are going to be doing all the tournaments, but it's still going to be a pretty big turnout. I'm not super comfortable with regionals, but I'm going to participate anyways. It's just for fun at this point. It's a really nice day. It's going to be kind of warm, but see how it goes. Alright, so I'm here with High Durkage. We got matched up in the first round of this regional cup, and yeah, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Alright, so getting into this first battle against High Durkage, as you can see, we have very similar teams. The only Pokemon that we have different is I'm running a Probo Pass and he's running a Whiscash. So my thought is there is not really too much thought going into this. I know my own weaknesses, so I tried to just pick the Pokemon that I would have trouble against. And so I'm going to go ahead and lead off Medicham. There's only one Pokemon that does really well against it, and that's Victory Bell. And even Victory Bell doesn't do that great against it, and Azumarill. So I guess 2 Pokemon. So Victory Bell and Azumarill, everything else will be either mirror match or Medicham has a positive matchup or close to a positive matchup against it. So lead off with Medicham, I bring in Victory Bell and I bring in Lantern. Lantern, if he brings in Skarmory to counter my Medicham, I can switch in Lantern right after that to pretty much wall his Skarmory. Yeah, let's see how I do. Alright, so getting right into the battle, I'm going to lead off with Medicham, he leads off with Medicham. It's just a mirror match. I think he has Charge for priority in this round, so he's going to get this power-up punch off first. And I'm going to get mine off right after. Great, excellent. So we're just going to keep on countering each other down. I'm going to get mine off first this time. Don't know if there was a little bit of lag or he tapped a little slow, but I'm going to switch into my Victory Bell to try to absorb this this power-up punch. And I know it's power-up punch because it was too fast for an ice punch, so I'm going to Razor Leaf him down. Luckily he didn't have enough for an ice punch or another power-up punch. He sends out his own Victory Bell. I'm going to use a Sludge Bomb right here, hoping to get him off guard, but he decides to block it. So he's going to Razor Leaf me down right there. Now I'm thinking it's like, I don't have too many great options. I send out my Medicham. He's powered up, so it's not a terrible situation. But I know I have to knock out this Victory Bell because my Lantern has no chance against it. I go for the power-up punch because he's pretty close to low, and my Medicham's kind of powered up already. He knocks out my Medicham because he blocked that, but I send out my Lantern. He only got like 1 or 2 Razor Leafs off on me. Now this is the matchup that made me say whoa. I have 1 shield, so I'm able to block this Mud Bomb, but I have to get to this Hydro Pump. He gets another Mud Bomb off, and I'm kind of sweating bullets right now because I need to get to this Hydro Pump. Luckily I get to this Hydro Pump, and I'm hoping to pretty much knock him out, and almost I had to water gun him down. Oh, before he gets a charge move. GG.
Yeah, no, if I didn't have that one shield, it would have been a different story for sure. That was really close. Was able to take it. Wow. Okay.
Going into the second battle, I decided to go with the same lineup. I felt like my analysis of his team was okay and pretty good because I ended up winning that first battle. So I wanted to see how he made his adjustments, and if I needed to, there's always game 3 for me to make my adjustments to his team. So let's see how I do. Getting into the battle, I lead off with Medicham, he leads off with the Azumarill. This is a bad matchup for me, so I'm going to switch right away into my Victory Bell. I get a couple of Razor Leaves off and he sends out Medicham. So this is a pretty good matchup for me, just because I have some energy and I know I can get at least one charge move off. He decides to go with the Power Up Punch. Might be a good move, might not be a good move, I'm not quite sure. I get this Acid Spray off and get really close to knocking him out. He gets a charge move off, probably Power Up Punch. No, Ice Punch. So he used Ice Punch and knocked out my Victory Bell. Now, I didn't use any shields. He did use a shield, so that's great for me. I go ahead and send Medicham, knock out his Medicham. He sends out Azumarill. I get this Power Up Punch off. If I'm correct, he's not going to shield. Nope. And he's going to use a charge move on me. And I'm going to shield that because if it's play rough, it's going to deal tons of damage. And my Medicham has a lot of health left. I don't want to take that. So I send out my Lantern. He decides to stick in with his Azumarill, uses play rough. And I'm going to get this Thunderbolt off. And he decides to block it. Now, I think, if I'm correct, he has a Mud Boy in the back. He has his Whiscash in the back, so I feel like he should have switched out before. But I get this Hydro Pump off right here, and does tons of damage. He's gonna get a charge move off right here though, and I have no more shields, so this Mud Bomb is gonna knock out my Lantern. But I have Medicham with a lot of health and some energy, get this Power Up Punch off, and I think this is GG.
GG, man.
Absolutely.
GG.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and on top of that, like, I have
Alright, so I'm here with Enemy Star in the second round. I'm assuming you won your first round?
Yes.
Alright, cool. So we're both 1-0, and we're heading into the second round.
So looking at Enemy Star's team, I see some interesting Pokemon. Well, one in particular is that Sunny Cast form. So that Sunny Cast form, I didn't really know the movesets, but I knew it had Weather Ball. So Weather Ball will deal fire damage, so that kind of puts my Skarmory at a disadvantage. So pretty much what I want to do is make sure that I don't get stuck in a matchup against his Sunny Cast form as my Skarmory. So what I decide to do is lead with Skarmory, therefore I won't get stuck in that specific matchup. I bring in Lantern because it covers that Sunny Cast form. Also, it will deal with Azumarill and Skarmory. And I bring in Victory Bell to cover Medicham and Swampert, and my Skarmory can cover the Venusaur. So I have pretty much his whole team covered with those 3 Pokemon, and therefore at least I have a fighting chance to beat his team no matter what Pokemon he brings in. So let's see how I do. Okay, so jumping right into the battle, I lead off with Skarmory, he leads off with Skarmory. The Skarmory mirror match, you guys should be very familiar with it from Boulder Regionals. Yeah, so it's just gonna go back and forth. I believe he does have Charge Move priority, so he's gonna get his Sky Attack off first. I'm gonna get mine off pretty much right after it. Yeah, luckily I can hit my Sky Attacks decently well, so I get that excellent. Another Sky Attack comes out. That's me this time. I don't know how that happened, but it does. He gets his Sky Attack off. right here. I decide not to shield it either. So right here, he gets his off, and I decide not to shield it just because, yeah, it's not a huge advantage, but I bring in my lantern right here. He has no energy left, so that's positive. I get some energy farming that Skarmory. He brings in Medicham. I'm gonna get this Thunderbolt off right here. I do miss a couple bubbles, and yeah, it doesn't really bother me too much. I switch in my Victory Bell to absorb this power-up punch. Perfect. And now I'm just going to try to feint him down with my Razor Leafs. Gets another power-up punch, so that's fine. I feint his Medicham. He brings out Azumarill, so this is a great matchup. He has 2 shields left, and I have my 2 as well. I decide to use one right here so I can get this Acid Spray off. Even if he has those shields, my Razor Leaf will cut through them, and that's why I use Acid Spray. And I'm just gonna Razor Leaf him down. GG. Going into this second battle, I decide to go with the same lineup. Again, similar thought process as the first round is that I read his team pretty well, so I didn't feel like I needed to make any adjustments in terms of my lineup. So let's just see how I do. Getting right into this second battle, I lead off with Skarmory, he leads off with Venusaur. Perfect. This is a great lead matchup. So I'm just pretty much going to farm Venusaur, but he switches into that Sunny Cast form. I switch into my Lantern, and this is a positive matchup to me. And my thought is I'm just going to farm until, you know, I feint him. He uses Solar Beam. I did not realize Sunny Cast form has Solar Beam. That knocked my Lantern out in one hit. I send out my Skarmory to try to feint him down. I just didn't want him to get to that Weather Ball, so I go ahead and use a Sky Attack first. He does shield it because he has that Weather Ball. I'm going to go ahead and shield this, but I'm at a huge disadvantage at this point because, well, yeah, one hit KO my Lantern. Pretty crucial mistake. That's why you need to know these off-meta picks. You need to know their movesets, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Victory Bell. This is already a losing matchup. I'm just going to try to get this Acid Spray off, but I don't. It's already a lost cause, but I shield anyways, because my only hope is to try to knock out his Skarmory and use my Skarmory to beat whatever Pokemon is in his back, but I don't get that Acid Spray off. Get a little bit of lag, but it's pretty much over already. I'm gonna get the Sky Attack, but yeah, I already know that he won this round. Get this second Sky Attack off from all that energy I built up with my on his Venusaur. Yeah, my only hope is to use the Skarmory to beat his Skarmory and use the Skarmory to beat his Venusaur, but I just don't think I have enough. I probably could have knocked it out if yeah, but his Venusaur would have been able to knock out my Skarmory anyways. GG. Oh man, that surprise pick though. That surprise pick though. I'm like definitely kicking myself for that. Okay. Man, I can't believe I didn't block a Solar Beam. That's why knowing off-meta picks moves is so important, because if you come across them and you don't block them like you just saw, it can cost you a battle, and one battle can change the whole round, right? Let's say he won the first one and that happened in the second one, I would have lost the round. It makes a huge difference, so you just need to know. But anyways, this round I decide to lead with Azumarill because I led with Skarmory twice already, and I'm expecting him to expect that I'm going to lead with Skarmory again. But other than that, I bring in Skarmory and Lantern. Let's see how I do. Right, getting into this third battle against enemy Star 99, I lead off with Azumarill. He leads off with Medicham. This is a great matchup for me. especially since my Azumarill is running a play rough. So he decides to switch into his Skarmory. I'm going to go ahead and get this Hydro Pump off. It's either going to deal tons of damage or he's going to block it. He decides to let it go. Does a ton of damage. I bring in my Lantern to farm this Skarmory. And again, it's not going to deal very effective damage. So I'm just going to let that go. I'm going to try to farm his Skarmory down. He gets another one off, but that's totally okay. Again, not very effective damage. I faint it down, so whatever's coming in next, I'm going to get a charge move off, either Thunderbolt or Hydro Pump. He brings in Medicham, gets a charge move off on me before I could get anything off. And I'm going to let this go because he's not powered up. Ice Punch would not deal that much, and Power Punch did that much damage. So get this excellent Thunderbolt off. I did miss a bubble, but that's okay. I'm going to bring in my Azumarill. He brings out his Venusaur. So I had some energy stored up, so I get this Hydro Pump off. He decides to block it, probably expecting Ice Beam, honestly, but yeah. He gets his Frenzy Plant off. I decide not to shield it because I need it. Well, I want to save it for my Skarmory because I know he has Medicham still, or I think he has Medicham. Gets this Frenzy Plant off on my Skarmory, not very effective damage. I'm just going to farm this Venusaur down because Venusaur doesn't do that much damage to Skarmory, has nothing that can deal like neutral or very effective damage to me. So I get the Sky Attack off and I have tons of energy, but he has a shield. So I have to burn that shield and get this second Sky Attack off, and this will do it. GG.
We'll probably
man.
be here for
the game.
I almost got that. You're moving up.
Nice. Alright, so that was the second round. I was able to pull it off. He got me the second battle with a really good pick. Surprised me a bit, but you gotta know all these different Pokemon because one battle people might say it's a gimmick to use like off meta or like a weird moveset, but it really, that one battle can make all the difference. And well played, sir. Good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, you too.
So that was part 1 of my San Jose Regionals Mirrored Tournament. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you hit that thumbs up to like this video. And if you haven't already done so, please make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with any new content that I may come out with, including part 2 of this tournament. But that about wraps it up, guys. Till next time, this is Bestinwest. I'll catch you guys later.